welcome back to my channel. So I hope you're all staying well and safe. So for today's video, I think this is like my second most recommended video of all time. So a lot of people always ask, how do you film your Insta vids? Do you have any tips how to grow and all of these kind of questions? And today I'm going to be helping you all out with that. So as you can tell, I'm actually filming on my phone today, obviously because I need my camera, because I'm actually going to be filming a video basically while I'm filming a YouTube video, if that makes sense. I'm going to be filming like just a kind of peach, kind of blue, purple kind of look. So I just thought it'd be kind of cool if I kind of bring you guys along with me and filmed it and like talk about tips, tricks, how I film, what I edit with, all of those kind of questions, how to grow. I have so many. But yeah, let's get on with the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and enjoy. Okay, so I'm literally just about to film. So before I film, what I always do is I always try and put my hair, every time I film, in a different kind of hairstyle. So each time my hair doesn't look the same, it doesn't look like I'm filming on the same day. Because I literally did just film a video, so I'm filming another one now. So I'm just going to put my hair up with this clip and do like a half up, half down kind of thing. Literally like that. That is perfect. Okay, so now I'm about to start filming. So I'm actually going to show you my setup. Obviously I always use my camera to film, and I sit on my desk. I'll show you my setup. If you watch my makeup collection, my setup is in there, but I'll show you my setup anyway. Okay, so this is my setup. I'm literally going to show you the reality. So when I film, this is what my desk looks like. I do have to pull my desk out a bit because when I'm filming, I like to be sat against there, and if I'm just sat that way, I'm more like, you can see my curtains, and I don't like that. I'd rather be here and then have my little plant in the background. So I have this desktop from IKEA. Here I have makeup brushes. I have my TV remote. I always leave my TV remote on my desk normally because I'm probably watching YouTube like I am now. But here I have my makeup brushes. So I have this little tray from Primark. I really recommend when you're filming to keep your makeup brushes like, I try keep them in like, so like one is all face. However, mine gets messed up all the time, but I do really recommend to do that. But anyway, and then moving on, I always put a towel on my desk to prevent makeup going on my desk, because as you can see, this towel is very messy. Here I have my camera. So I use the Sony ZV-1 to film. It is honestly the best thing I've ever bought in my life. It is the best camera ever. So it has the flip out screen, and when you turn it on, so this is what it looks like. And yeah, I literally love it. And then I use my ring light. Ring light is literally a necessity when filming. I always find it just helps my lighting. And mine came with this tripod, which you were in a minute ago. Which I really recommend getting a tripod that's in the ring light as well, so it doesn't look like uneven, because the ring light's to one side, if you know what I mean. And then I have this mirror here that's not a very nice angle. This is my mum's, and then here under here, okay, we're gonna literally ignore the fact that there's a toothbrush there, that's grim. It's for my hair. But anyway, here I have like this little tray which I have all of these like hair bits on. When I'm filming, I always like to try and, obviously like I said, switch up my hair, so I always find that using a hair clip switches it up. And then over there I have some more brushes, but that is where I film. And now I'm gonna go on to filming. I'm gonna show you how I film and talk to you guys about some questions you may have. Okay, so before I film, I'm going to start off by doing my eyebrows. I always do my eyebrows off camera, to be honest. I just find it much easier because I find that otherwise I'm like on camera. So I'm using the Goof Proof Brow Pencil, the Anastasia Dip Brow. But anyway, I have a lot of questions what I edit with. So a lot of you guys think I use Final Cut Pro, and actually I use iMovie. iMovie is literally the best thing ever. It is, well, sometimes if it doesn't lag, then it's very good, but I think a lot of people have a problem with it lagging, which I sometimes do as well, especially when I'm editing YouTube videos because it's longer. But yeah, I do use iMovie to edit. It is really good, and it is free as well on there. You don't have to like pay for anything. It's literally so free and so simple to use. So yeah, really recommend that. And a lot of you always ask me as well, like when I'm filming, do I film in separate clips or do I film in one big clip? And I actually film in like separate clips. I don't understand how people can film in like one big clip, because I find it's really long. But what I film separate clips, and then when I put all the clips into iMovie, it normally comes to around 6 minutes, or somewhere around that. It can be, I'd say it can be between 4 and 10. 4 is like a really short one. But yeah, it's just brushing my eyebrow. A lot of you always ask me as well, when I'm filming, do I film on my back or front camera from when I used to film on my phone? So a lot of people are different. Some people like to film on their front camera, on their phone. Obviously on my camera now, I just literally like, I don't really know what like kind of camera it is, because I just turn the screen around, so I think it's back, but obviously on camera there's only kind of one way to film. But on a phone I used to film on front camera, but I did find that the quality wasn't the best. I'm actually filming on front camera now. I genuinely don't understand how people can film on back camera. I filmed on back camera a few times and it just made me look really like, just didn't really suit me, if you know what I mean. It made me look a bit like that, if you know what I mean. So I just filmed on front camera. It's much easier. And also a lot of people ask as well, when I filmed, so I did film on the back camera sometimes, but when I filmed on the front camera, people asked if I come up close to do a close-up, and I did. However, so obviously because I use my ring light, if I come up close to do and like show you my eyeshadow, it's quite overexposed. So what I tend to do is, if you're filming on your front camera and you want to come up close to show your eyeshadow, I definitely recommend like turning the light on your ring light down so it doesn't overexpose what you're showing, if you know what I mean. Because I always used to have that problem with mine and my videos. Going back and looking at them, they looked awful when they were so overexposed. So I definitely recommend turning your ring light, the light down when you're coming up close. Or if you want to, you could just turn it around and use your back camera when you're coming up close to do the tutorial. But it's up to you. But I always get asked that question a lot as well, like why is it so, when I come up close on front camera, why is it so overexposed? So yeah, that's my tip. Okay, so you're at a very different angle now. So when I'm filming, this is how I film. So I tilt my ring light to the side, and then I use my camera. I'm going to just turn my camera on. And a lot of people also ask, when I'm filming, do I look in the viewfinder or do I look at the lens? I actually look in the viewfinder, which I've never really thought, ever since I got my camera, I never really thought about it. But I always look in the viewfinder at myself. And I really like this camera as well because it has the flip out screen, so I can actually see what the camera can see, if you know what I mean. So I definitely recommend, if you're gonna get a camera, get one with the flip out screen, as if not, then you're kind of stuck because you don't know what angle you're filming at. So at the start of my videos, you will see that I always do a pose. At the start of my videos, I always like to do a pose just to I don't really like just getting straight into it. I always just do a nice pose. So you're going to see me pose. I'm kind of scared. I do zoom in a little bit just to make sure that you can't see. There you go. Perfect. So I'm just going to go. Perfect. Okay, so obviously I'm filming separate clips, so I'm going to go in with the P. Louise base to start off with. When I'm showing a product as well on my camera, I actually put the setting on where it focuses. So if I hold it up and I do zoom in a bit, otherwise, so it's not quite far out, I do zoom in. I'm just going to hold the product up central to my face, like that. Now I'm actually going to put the product on. I always like to zoom into my eye, because otherwise I find I used to actually go up close and it used to look quite weird. So I'm going to zoom into my eye. I always go on my right eye. So I'm zoomed in and I'm on 56. So I'm not sure if it's different on each camera, but I'm on 56 out of 70. So if I start recording now, I'm going to have to bend down, because if I go like that, then you can mostly see my lips. So I just bend down. I don't like to talk, otherwise it distracts me, and then I'll put the product on. But I definitely recommend zooming in rather than going up close, because that's what I used to do. It used to look very weird. Okay, so now I'm going to rub this in, blend this in. I'm literally going to just talk about, people always ask me how to grow on Instagram. I've been asked this so many times and stuff. So when I first started, obviously everyone starts somewhere. So when I first started, I was actually... when I first started, I used to do pictures, and my account used to grow really. When I first started, I remember I got 100 followers in a week, which I was like, oh my god, yay. But then my account kind of it was going a bit slow, and I was kind of depending whether to give up or not. And then I can't remember, I think it was around my birthday in about 2018. I decided that it would just be a cool idea one day to do a video. So obviously back then I filmed on my phone. I got my camera around I think it was August time I got my, was it? Yeah, August. I think I actually can't remember now. But a lot of people asked kind of what I did for my first video. I did an everyday makeup routine. And it literally, I posted it. And one night I was well, I'd obviously never posted a video before, so I kind of couldn't compare the views to another video. But I posted it, and I can't remember how many views it got in and out. I think it got 1k, which obviously I used to get 300 likes, 400 maybe at a stretch. So I was like, wow, what has happened? And I woke up that morning and it did quite well, and I was quite like, oh my gosh, like what? And then anyway, I kind of just left the video, if you know what I mean. And although I just said I didn't have any videos to compare it to, I did actually saying that I did post a few videos before that, but they got like 4k views in like, I don't know, I'd say in a week they probably got about 1k, and then now they're at about 4k. But honestly, that night, like when I woke up and it was doing really well, I was like, oh my god. And then a week it was on like 30, and then one day it just had a massive point where it just went, and literally it got like, I think it was gaining like 50k views a day, and my mum was like, what is going on? And I was confused myself. I was just like, what has just happened? And then now it's on about 500k views, which I'm literally in shock for. But obviously I had no idea that I would blow. Like, I didn't even think when it first started blowing up, I was just a bit like, oh well, it might keep going, it might stop, and then that'd be it. But that's kind of where my account really like proper started. So I just want to say, never give up. Like, although you're thinking, right now my videos are doing bad, honestly never give up, because that was me. And I was just a bit like, I don't know if I enjoy this account, I might just give up. And honestly, the best thing I did was not give up. I am honestly sat here today literally in shock of like how far I've come, because last year, I remember, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, I received like my first bit of PR, which is from a brand called Stardust with glitter. And honestly, I was literally in shock that like I got PR, and I didn't even know at the start, I didn't even know you could get sent things. And then now I'm out here working with some of my favourite brands, and honestly, it's just such a shock to me, and I appreciate every single one of you. But anyway, getting back to some tips, because I'm literally just talking just about kind of my journey, but I just wanted to say, basically, never give up, because you don't know what's ahead of you. And now I'm about to film my clip of the palette I'm using, so I'm going to use the Mitchell palette and I'm going to use the Carnival. So what I always do for the palette, well, obviously this is a different palette, so actually I'm not going to use that one as an example. I'm going to use the Be Perfect. I always hold the palette up, and then I wait a second, and then I just go, and just open the palette up just to show the palette, because a lot of people always ask what the palette is, and then I'll say the palette, but they won't know which one it is. So I think if you see the palette, you know what it is. So I'm actually gonna go obviously do like a purple blue kind of thing. But anyway, a lot of people always ask as well how to grow your Instagram. My advice is post daily. I post every day, obviously, but that is a lot to like keep up with. I post every day, but my kind of advice is try and post as often as you can, because the more you post, the more chance you have of like blowing up, if you'd like to call it. So yeah, really recommend that. Also my advice is try and make some friends off your account. So because basically when I first started, I didn't really have any like friends. But I always think it's a good idea just to like comment on other people's posts and support others, because that's kind of like, I used to do that quite a lot as well, and I get the support back. So it's not like you're getting the support back as well, which can help your account grow. So really recommend that. When I first started, I actually joined a giveaway. I can't remember how many followers I had, but I joined a giveaway, which I think it gave me like 100 followers, so which was quite good. And I always posted videos. I find for me, videos always tend to do better on Instagram. Obviously, now I do videos as well all the time, but if you're confident enough, definitely do try videos, and then try a picture. I always think as well, something that does kind of sometimes help, which people do like to see, is basically like show your makeup, like, so on your story, kind of interact with everyone, and maybe do like every day like a quiz or like some polls or just something like that. And I always like to go on my story and kind of just talk, kind of just show what products I'm using for a look. So I definitely recommend being active on your story, like interacting with your followers as well. That really does help you kind of grow. Okay, so now I'm going to give some advice on hate, as I always get asked like how to deal with hate. So personally, I never tend to get that much hate unless a post does well, and then people just decide to comment because they have nothing else to do. But please do keep in mind that it's someone over the internet hating over a phone screen, so please don't get hurt by what people say, because honestly it's someone over like a phone screen, and I understand that words can hurt, but if you can, try not to let it hurt you, and my advice is always to block or just delete the comment. Don't reply. I tend not to reply unless it's something that really like kind of like angers me, if you know what I mean. But apart from that, honestly, just block, delete. If you reply, I feel like that's what they want, so like it's best not to like reply, otherwise they want to get in an argument with you. But yeah, okay, so as well, I just wanted to come on and say a lot does go on behind the scenes of when I'm filming. So obviously, like I said, sometimes I watch YouTube videos. I do have an Alexa. Okay, she didn't. But I listen to music, I'll talk to my friends, but normally most of the time I listen to music, but yeah, it normally takes me about, I'd say about an hour to film. Well, to be fair, it depends on the look. If I'm doing like a quite a basic look like I am today, it'll probably take me about 45 minutes. Maybe it really depends. At the moment, that's really not looking very good. So yeah. Okay guys, so now I've just done the look, I think I did mention earlier, when I'm using a product, obviously I hold the product up for, I'd say like a second, and just let the camera focus on it to show what product I'm using, as people always ask what products I'm using, and I always put the products that I'm using like in the caption, so people are aware of what products I'm using. But now I'm about to just pop on some lashes. So I don't normally put lashes on camera because I'm like, so I'm just going to put them on off camera, and then I normally get my tweezers and then just slot them on camera. My phone's making this eye look awful, but I promise it's not. So everyone, I've now put my lashes on, so I'm going to go on to my base makeup. So obviously for my base, I do primer, foundation, concealer, bronzer, blush, highlight, lips, setting spray if I'm wearing the look somewhere, or if I'm not, then I'll just take the look off, and some lipstick. So what I normally do is obviously I do a thumbnail, so on my Instagram, when you scroll down, what you can, like, the thumbnail is what you can see. So obviously for a thumbnail, you kind of want something that's gonna be a bit eye-catching, a bit, oh, what's that, or oh, I love that product, let's watch the video, or just something that kind of catches the viewer's attention. So I always find that maybe if I'm holding up like a highlighter or something, so I'll basically, through this video, I'm going to show you what I do for my thumbnail. So you can use literally anything for a thumbnail. You can even just put your face, and just anything. But I normally like to do maybe like a product dripping, or just something like that. So yeah, I'm going to at some point show you what I do for my thumbnail for this video. So again, I'm just holding up the product that I'm going to use, and then obviously I film them, like I said, as separate clips. However, if I am filming like a highlighter clip, I might show the highlight and then just bring it down and then put it on. So yeah, using the L'Oreal Infallible foundation today, my favourite. Do my concealer, so I'm going to do this on camera. Also forgot to mention, something I've been doing at the moment, which I've been finding really useful, is actually making a schedule for myself. So I obviously try and, obviously I have school on top of this. Obviously I'm filming now, I'm in the half term, but I go back to school on Wednesday, and today is Sunday. But what I wanted to say is, I definitely recommend making a schedule for yourself. I've been making a schedule at the moment, of basically like what days I'm posting, what I'm posting. If you want to be really organised, which I'm trying to be at the moment, which I think, to be fair, is my makeup account has taught me, to be honest, how to be organised, because like, so I want to balance time between my account and school. So definitely recommend making a schedule. I've just got one in my notes of my phone. And literally basically just write like what the date is, what I'm posting. So yeah, definitely recommend doing that. And I'm literally now, today's the 1st of November, and I've already planned videos up until the end of November, so definitely recommend doing that, as I feel so much more organised and just better. Okay, so I'm going to use the Milani blush now. Obviously, like I said, I'm going to hold it up. I just I normally refilm it like three or four times just to make sure it's all perfect. And then I'm going to get the brush that I'm going to do, and I'm going to go on it as well. In my videos, I also try and make my facial expressions. I try and like smile, if you know what I mean, but I'm scared that like sometimes I look a bit, so I try it smart and be happy. So let's just, but just because I just wanted to also say, just because someone's happy on like, just you may see that they're having the perfect life on social media, doesn't mean that they are a real person. Just wanted to remind you all about that, because I think on Instagram a lot of people kind of get brought down about how people live this perfect life, but in reality they really don't. But yeah, I'm just gonna brush my hair because my hair looks a bit fluffy. So now I'm gonna get a highlighter. So I don't know which highlighter. I'm gonna use the Benefit Cookie one. So I'm gonna hold this up and then there we go. Okay, so now for lips, I'm gonna go for like a, I don't really know what lip I'm gonna go for. I might just go for a nice glossy one. I actually think I'm gonna use my glossy pops. So I'm going to use these as a thumbnail. So I'm going to put 3 of them or 4 of them like that in a square. These are really eye-catching as a thumbnail because they're quite a different product, and I love them, as you can tell. So I'm going to use these, and I'm going to actually show you how I make the thumbnail now, and on Instagram how you make it as well. So this is the lip product I'm going to be using today. I'm using the Colourpop Luxe Lip Oil. So I'm just going to, with this product, I'm going to just twist the packaging. Can see the full product, and then I'm going to show me applying it on my lips. So I don't actually have that much of this left. I love it. Okay, so I've put that on. So now obviously I'm at the end of the video. I've literally just done my lower lash line. I've done everything. I'm not going to put a setting spray because I'm literally just about to take this look off. So now I'm just going to pose for the end of the video. I'm just going to do simple, and then one with my hair, and then lastly I might do like a piece on a wave. So guys, that is the end of my video. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you for next week's video. Bye.